Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me here today. It's been a long time since I've been in front of the camera. And that's because it's been a long time since I've been able to cop anything. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and let's be in this thing together, taking L's as a team, as a family. You know what I mean? Now, I picked up two recent releases. I can't remember if this one's from JD Sports or from Snipes or wherever I got the other one from. This pair comes to me from a restock, a late shipment, whatever you want to call it. Now, previously, nearly everything was selling out upon release, and most things are still selling out. But if you wait, if you're patient, and if you have the time to just sit back and relax, you can pick things up on restocks and these late shipments. Now, some people will call these shoes bricks and trash or whatever, but that's because I think we've gotten away from what the essence of collecting shoes was supposed to be all about. So now I got these. I'm excited to take a look at them. Let's pop this box open and see what it's all about. In typical J Shoe Fanatic fashion, you know we do these boxes around here. Size tag reads Air Jordan 5 Retro, Sail Orange Blaze. And we got to talk about that. And of course, we will talk about that. Let's get the box open though. Standard Jordan 5 box, I should mention. Standard cement splatter paint, standard cement splatter paper. And these aren't bad. These actually aren't bad. I actually don't know what to call these guys. I think these things should be called the Air Jordan 5 Orange Blaze, but for all intents and purposes, I will go ahead and cave to pressure, and I will, for the time being, refer to these as the Air Jordan 5 Shattered Backboard. Shattered backboard, shattered backboard. Now, in 2021, we have gotten used to calling everything with a little bit of white, orange, and black a shattered backboard variant. I mean, we're doing it with the shattered backboard lows. They tried to call it the Jordan 13 shattered backboards, and that's just couldn't be further from the truth. The fact of the matter is, the Air Jordan shattered backboard consists of white, pale vanilla, and starfish typically. Now, the first two iterations of the shattered backboard, which I unfortunately don't have, are true shattered backboard variants. They're called that, and they have the shattered backboard insole, which I've made reference to in my other videos, and that's what pretty much makes them the shattered backboard. Now, the 3.0, which I do have behind me, Jordan Brand has went ahead and caved to pressure like the rest of us, and they are in fact calling that the Air Jordan 1 Shattered Backboard 3.0. Now, ever since then, every time we've got a shoe that looks like this one, it's got a shattered backboard moniker to it, and that's just not the case. The shoe is nice. The shoe is definitely versatile, and you know we want things to be all inclusive, and it makes sense to our wallet and make us happy that we have a part of history, a part of nostalgia. But that's not the case with this shoe. It is not a shattered backboard. To me, it is the Air Jordan 5 Orange Blaze. Now, that being said, let's jump right into it. I'm gonna talk about the shoe and how it's very similar to your standard Air Jordan 5, and also how it's very dissimilar to a standard Air Jordan 5. Starting from the bottom, you do in fact have that black outsole with what looks like a vanilla or a tan colored sole here, which I think is a pretty nice touch, pretty neat. Does have that orange Jumpman down there on the bottom. Flipping up to the side where you have the shark's teeth, you do have a nice silver metallic with black paint splatter on the shark's teeth. That, you know, it's a little bit of a different touch there. Midsole or the mud guard is again that orange colorway with a black touch that runs right along with it. Again, coming to the upper, you do have a mostly all white upper. Now, the difference with this particular Jordan 5 as it relates to other Jordan 5 is the netting. Now, this particular netting is a closed system netting as opposed to the open system netting that is on a standard Jordan 5. This system seems like it's one mesh piece instead of a netting that you see on standard Jordan 5. And I'm going to show you the difference later on in the video. Also coming up to the top of the upper, that netting is extended all the way up to the ankle. Now, typically there is just a smooth leather or suede, whatever the material that the silhouette is made of. But this particular case, there is a break between the leather and the netting, which is a little bit of a pretty cool touch and something I'm surprised Jordan Brand did for this particular model. And I have my theories of why they did that, which I'll go over a little bit later. That netting does make up the entire tongue as well. You have a standard flat white lace that comes with the shoe, and I actually don't think there are any lace swap options to go with it, which there are not, but I'll go ahead and fix that myself. On the top, you have one set of black eyelets. The Dubré on this particular shoe is clear with a black lace lock. The Jumpman inside the lace lock is, of course, that orange colorway. I've turned the flash on to illustrate this. On the upper of the tongue, it does look like a very low visibility 3M. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the Fire Red 5s behind me so you can see how you can compare and contrast what I call a high visibility versus a low visibility 3M finish. As I always say, hopefully the camera's picking this up, but you should be able to clearly differentiate the visibility of the 3M between the two tongues as the flash hits these and reflects back to you. On the rear of the tongue, there is a silver Air Jordan patch that has Air Jordan written in that orange blaze colorway. Not sure if I got the right angle for that. Hopefully I do. But if not, trust me, take my word for it, it is definitely there. On the rear of the shoe, in lieu of the Nike Air tag, which we also desperately love, there is that black Jumpman logo instead. That's pretty much to be expected. The Nike Air is typically reserved for special editions or OG colorways. And again, hopefully the camera's picking this up. There is a black sock liner with the orange insole with black Jumpman logo. And that's pretty much it. It's your standard Air Jordan 5 with a couple little twists to it. And I'll tell you why I think they made these twists first. As mentioned before, the Air Jordan 5 Orange Blaze, shattered backboard, whatever you want to call it, does in fact have that mesh upper. That's the netting that's the same as what's in the window here. Now, if you take a close look at the Air Jordan 5 Fire Red, you can see that the pattern of the mesh netting is much different. It looks like a lot of symmetrical ovals, rectangular ovals that make up the netting for breathability, whereas this one does seem like it's a mesh netting that has square holes inside of it, and which actually aren't really holes, they're just a printed pattern on this material. The upper on your typical Air Jordan 5 is typically the same material, be that suede, leather, what have you, as what's on the rest of the shoe. In this particular case, the upper on the Air Jordan 5 is exposed and reveals that netting that does match here in the window. Another little thing, the ankle bolster cushioning is kind of exposed to reveal what's underneath your typical material there. And the reason why I think that is because whenever Jordan Brand has a collab with someone or something that's super popular come out, they try to take what's in their existing line or what they forecast to come down the pipe, and they make little changes to it to mimic what was popular. So no, I don't have a Union, or no, I don't have any off-white Jordan 1s, but on that particular shoe, they did some things a little bit differently. Case in point, they took the tongue and they made the exposed foam right there at the top. They did that again with the Volt Gold that dropped earlier this year as well. This particular one, and I can't be sure if it was actually the Turbo Greens that came out first, but they have the writing there, SP Air Jordan, the same way that the Off-White or the Unions have writing and little different things here and there. So Nike and Jordan Brand will try to take tidbits and hints of things and add them to their existing lineup to maybe recreate some of that magic for their general release shoes. Now, most shoes are general release, including those shoes I mentioned, but we're talking about stuff the average Joe Blow can get his hands on easily. And that's what they did here. It gives you very much Off-White 5 vibes when they do this to the shoe. Now, the Off-White 5, another shoe I don't have and probably won't have for quite some time, if at all. They had the exposed hole there, had the little touches that Virgil and Off-White put on there. And Jordan Brand decided, I think, in my humble opinion, to do something a little bit different to try to match the energy of the Off-White 5. So that doesn't necessarily make this a bad shoe. I just don't think it's great, but it's not terrible as well. I mean, it's definitely a nice one to have in a collection, and I'm definitely going to hold on to this one. I see no reason to get rid of it simply because it's not an Off-White 5. So lastly, I am going to go ahead and pull out the only shattered backboard that I do have. And this again is the pale vanilla, black, and starfish colorway of the Shattered Backboard 3.0. Now remember, as the box reads, this particular shade of orange is called Orange Blaze. Now, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm pretty sure this particular one is starfish colorway. I think the Shattered Backboard 1 and 2.0 are also starfish colorway. This is Orange Blaze, this is starfish. This is not a Shattered Backboard, this one technically is now. So do I think that you need to have this? It's just an opinion, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. You take it for what it's worth. You had to make the decision about whether or not you want or need this shoe. I wouldn't be concerned about what people are calling bricks or whatever. The shoe is nice. It's black, white, and orange. It can go with a multitude of colorways, a multitude of things that you may put on and wear. I think it's worth a have. It's pretty nice. I mean, and the best part about it is, in a lot of places, this shoe is sitting. It's sitting in your local outlets. It's sitting in your malls. It's sitting on StockX for under retail. Even with taxes and fees and shipping, I think you can get this shoe for under retail. So the time where we had to feel pressure to buy any and everything for fear of it selling out, maybe coming to an end. Now, don't quote me on that, but you had the opportunity to watch late reviews like this one and see if you really think that you have to have the shoe. Unbiased, unabashed opinions. I have no stake in the shoe. I don't have, I'm not sitting on 60 of them trying to sell them for above retail. I cop like you cop. Again, restocks and late shipments. Again, that's pretty much all I have to say about the shoe. I'm going to be doing some lace swaps. I'm going to give you some on-feet action. So hopefully you guys stick around for the rest of the videos. As I said, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. I think we got some good stuff coming up. Make informed decisions about the shoes you want to rock for your own self. And hopefully I can be informative and help you and steer you in the right direction. Other than that, I've been Jay Shoe Fanatic. I thank you all for sticking in there with me. We're on the road to 1K. I'm trying to get there before the end of the year. So you guys make sure you do me a favor. Tell your friends, retweet, hit me on IG, all the good stuff. And check out the on feed. I appreciate you guys. I'm out.